Yo, what's up? What's going on? What's up, people? What's up? How about DC, man? How about James Gunn, Josh? Yo, what is going on, peoples, man? Yo, welcome to CBSI Friday FOC with East Meets West. I am your guy Joker, and I'm here with Josh, man, Mr. Opinion over here. What's going on, Josh?
I have so much to say that doesn't have to do with comic books that I don't even know where to begin. First of all, let's start with my infamous co-host here, who this is how it goes every week with me and Mike, right? I go to work on Thursday, and I put together the slideshow.
All right.
And I spend quite a bit of time during that presentation thinking, how is this day going to go? Because my normal routine is when I get home from work about 5 o'clock, 5:25-ish, in between there, I go to the gym and then I come home.
Okay.
Mike usually doesn't want to do anything till around 7:30, 8 o'clock, right? So every time where I plan, okay, to go to the gym and then I'll come home and finish reading what I need to read, Mike always wants to start at 5. So then the next week I'll think, oh, Mike will want to start at 5. And then I'll be like, I'm just going to skip the gym. I'm going to come home. And then I'll read for a little bit. And I'll message Mike, you ready? Oh, I'm not doing this till 8, bro. Literally, it's the opposite of every fucking time. So last week, he did this. He didn't do it. I came home, didn't go to the gym. I could have went to the gym, spent time just sitting here bullshitting. Now this week, I go to the fucking gym. He messages me at 5:15 being like, you home, bro? I'm like, no. But I can be. So I leave the gym to come home. Get home. I'm like, I'm ready. I'm talking to the kids, bro.
Yeah. I mean, it was like you called me off guard. I was, they just came home from school.
So apparently this is Mike's world and we all just live in it.
Not really, man. Not really. But, I ain't go to work today. So I figured, let's cut this out early. My bad. I apologize. You could go back to the gym at 24 hours?
And what?
Your gym is not 24 hours?
Yes, it is 24 hours, but I have a very particular time that I want to work out in, and I have to hit those times. Like Saturdays and Sundays are days off. I have to go in the morning. I do not want to do it past like if I'm not in the gym by 8:45 at the latest, I'm not going. And after I get out of work, which the last thing I want to do is go to the gym. So if I don't do it as soon as I get out of work, I ain't going. Because I'm already starting to get into relax mode. You know what I mean?
You know what? For future reference, if I'm taking a day off and I want to record early, I'm gonna hit you up early in the morning. I'm like, yo, dude, I'm home. I'm not working today. Let's knock this out early. All right?
Yeah, fine.
So I'm trying to correct, correct expectations for you. You know what I mean? So be ready.
What's the other thing? So I was actually listening to our show today while I was in the shower. Because I usually will go back and listen to the show, usually just kind of not because I want to listen to our show, because I find it very weird listening to myself talk. Mm-hmm. But I like to listen for mistakes and errors and things like that. And there was a bunch of things that I caught from last week's show that I meant to bring up today, and on the show, but I have now completely forgotten. Maybe they'll pop into my head during the show.
My errors or our errors?
Any errors that might have been said.
Just get it posted, bro, and just start writing.
Well, I was in the shower, so like I said, I was listening.
Listen, man, nobody's perfect,
Yeah, well, sometimes I'll say things. I'll be like, oh, I think it might be this, and then you find out a day later, no, it was this. So I like to go back and
I noticed that too. But sometimes when I look back and we talk about it, sometimes we're right about it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I guess right. It's 50, you know.
Mike, do you know what tonight is? Even though it's really Thursday for us, but it's Friday for everybody.
It's Friday. Oh, what is it? The New York Warriors comic book auction, guys.
Yeah, it's that. But more importantly,
the Magic Gathering tournament. Right? It's a tournament.
It's pre-release for Phyrexia. All will be one. Yes, you are.
There correct. We go. All right. Yes.
The new set. So yes. I want to be on the auction tomorrow, but I'm gonna have to go to the other shop tomorrow, and hopefully I won't be there that long because I really don't want to be. But I just end up trapped there somehow by those fucking nerds. Man, it is so hard being normal inside these hobbies. You know what I mean? I think we've talked about this before.
I mean, it's not being normal. You can't be normal.
It's gotten easier as years have gone by, But like there is still this connotation, maybe not so much with comics, I don't think anymore, but still to a lesser extent with video games still, I feel, and magic cards. I mean, and certainly
You saying it's hard to be normal in games and magic cards?
No, it's hard for the outside world looking at you like to see it as a normal thing, because the connotation, the stigma of these people who play like Magic the Gathering, for the most part, who are video game people, are exactly the stereotype that a lot of people see them as. Live with their moms, no job, stink, weird, socially awkward, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, why is it all the things that I take such joy in can't be like more than normal people in them?
But I think people evolve. You know what I mean? Those people that live at their mom's a little older now, so they doing their own thing now. Still, listen, man, I'm a nerd when it comes to certain things.
100.
So,
and that's fine. But I can still act like a normal human being outside of that. You know what I mean? Like I can hold a conversation with any group of people and let that shit go.
Yeah, but not everybody's built like that, though.
Well, they should be.
Yeah, I know, but you know what? It's not your world. It's my world.
I know, and we just live in it. Mike, have you been getting your flesh and blood?
I pre-ordered that. I got to go pick that up tomorrow, man.
Right. So believable.
But I did read, though. I read some books this week. I'm pretty sure we could talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, we could talk about it because a lot of them should be on this list.
Yeah. All right.
This is for final order cutoff for Sunday, February 5th for anything through Lunar, which is mainly DC and a couple independents, and Monday the 6th for Marvel and all other remaining independents that are ordered through Diamond Distribution. And make sure you go over to comicbookinvest.com and check out all the articles over there. Any links to videos, other YouTube content creators doing things for CBSI. Say hello to Ben, and let's move. Let's move. Let's move to Noctera number 12, which I can't say anything about this because this book to me is falling into the same pattern in a way as
don't say Radiant Black.
No.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of, where is Shadecraft, by the way?
Yeah.
What is the other Scott Snyder book? The Image Scott Snyder book that I was reading for a minute. The post-apocalyptic. Well, it's not apocalyptic, but
I know you're talking about. I just don't know the name of it.
Countries, Undiscovered Country.
Undiscovered Country, yes.
Where I feel like there's too many breaks in between these books now, and I wouldn't be surprised if another writer takes this over soon.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't be surprised.
You wouldn't be surprised at what? Say that again?
Another writer takes this over, kind of like what happened with Undiscovered Country. Scott Snyder is not writing Undiscovered Country.
Yeah.
Charles Soule, I think. The last issue that came out was that Val special, which, okay, it was good. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't advance the story any further. So
you know what? I don't mind. I'm sorry to cut you off. I don't mind, a different writer coming on to different books, because that's kind of like what happens in regular books, right? Spider-Man, Batman, different writers, whatever. I know this is Scott Snyder's baby. He introduced this or whatever, but maybe sometimes his vision is a bit, limited, and then you get somebody else like I'm just saying, Zdarsky or whatever, and to jump in and he sees something different with Noctera, and he'll just do his touch on it and carries the torch or whatever with this. So I mean, I don't have no issues with that.
Well, we don't have to talk about this because they just pulled this off at FOC.
Okay, so never mind.
Next. Berserker number 12, and a day I've been waiting for a long time. Yes, this is the final issue. It has been, God, what has it been?
Good job, Keanu.
Good job. Even though you probably did nothing except maybe come up with the name and the character, and that's about it.
Yeah, isn't this coming to light though? Like the anime coming out, and then the live action movie supposedly coming out, Berserker. So I know Keanu Reeves behind that too, also. So I mean, it started off good. It was just, for me, it was just repetitive. It kept on going back to his origins and back in the day and what was going on. I wasn't really feeling it, not more my thing. Maybe I kept on. If I would have kept on reading, maybe it would turned out good. I don't know what's going on now. But
it is just the first couple issues were the best. It is just whack right now. It just doesn't really. It makes sense, but it doesn't make any sense. And it will be 2 years, just about almost to the day when this comes out. The final issue. Wow. 2 years. Can you believe
12
that?
issues.
2 years. Yeah. Crazy, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So, but I'm happy. I know my brother Nick is happy because we don't have to collect this anymore. I wanted to see it all the way to the end. And I'll tell you, the first instant I get to sell this off as a set, which you guys know me, I don't really sell anything. It's very rare. I do it. But the instant we get a trailer or whatever, this whole set is getting sold. The whole thing. All the third, second, third, fourth prints of number one that were hot for a hot minute, everything. It's all getting sold. Want nothing to do with it. This is also weird. No 1 in 25 that I've seen, unless they've added it since I put the slideshow together. Don't really understand what the difference between these two Boss Logic covers are, unless it's just the color.
The color, that's all it is.
But I don't know if that's just a different image that they're using, but it is supposed to be the same. I don't know if one's a trade dress. I have no idea. So,
yeah, I mean, listen, you guys already know Berserker since issue 1 been doing so many of these different damn ratios, different covers, money grab basically. So, yeah, I mean, I guess if y'all did it from issue 1, might as well complete it.
Yeah.
I mean, but then what y'all know if it's worth getting, man? It's just your discretion, guys.
Okay, so this is interesting for a couple reasons. So Skull and Bones, you know what Skull and Bones are, Mike?
No, what the hell is a skull and what is a bone?
Okay.
I mean, it looks like a pirate. Is it a pirate book?
Yes. So are you aware of the video game Skull and Bones?
Maybe I am. I can't think of off the head.
So Skull and Bones is a video game that Ubisoft came up with after Assassin's Creed 4. That was originally supposed to be kind of a multiplayer. I don't know if it was kind of like an MMO kind of thing. It was just to simulate the ship combat stuff. And it they went back to the drawing board. This was supposed to come out years ago. Now think about when Assassin's Creed 4 came out. Assassin's Creed 4 came out with the launch of the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. That was 2013. Okay? It is now 10 years later. And this game is still not out yet. It has been pushed back, I think, 6 times. They just did the closed beta a couple days ago, which I took part of, which I can't say anything about because I signed a non-disclosure agreement, but I did take part in it. I can't say anything about the game. But it's interesting that this comic is going to be coming out before the game. Not that doesn't happen, but it usually doesn't happen where a comic comes out before the first game. Like you might get like a Mortal Kombat comic that comes out before the next Mortal Kombat game, but Mortal Kombat has already happened, has had its first release as a video. You know what I'm trying to say? So like you might get a sequel video game and a comic comes out before the sequel, but it's kind of rare to have a comic come out before the actual first ever game comes out. And I wish I could comment more about the beta, but I not allowed to.
You mentioned this game being like an MMO style or whatever. And MMO style, maybe they took long to fix things up because they see how Halo Wars was, that Gears of War MMO was, and that wasn't really successful,
Well, I know they went back to the drawing board because people were like, well, it's not just about the ship combat that we want to see. We want to see an actual pirate game, like be on land and shit like that. So I think they went back. I know they went back and did some of that.
Some tweaks. Yeah.
How this game turns out, you guys will see.
Okay. Next.
Batman One Bad Day. We talked about this last week. About what they're doing with this. They are going to make a hardcover version of all the Batman One Bad Day books. And where is the interesting thing? Let me find it.
This reminds me of the Frank Miller what is it, Dark Knight 3?
3, yeah.
it comes. I have the slipcase and I have the book.
Yeah, Richie's got it at the store. Yeah,
it's pretty cool because you get to see the artwork on the side.
Yeah, sides. Yeah,
pretty cool.
So you had a bad day and everything changed. In the pages of the iconic story, Batman the Killing Joke, Batman's ultimate foe, the Joker, was changed forever. Given new horrifying definition by the graphic novel that acted as the template for all the characters' stories moving forward. Now, 35 years later, some of comics' greatest creators have come together to give that same stunning re-examination and evolution to more of Batman's iconic rogues gallery. The Riddler, Two-Face, the Penguin, Mr. Freeze, Catwoman, Bane, Clayface, and Ra's al Ghul. In the pages of Batman One Bad Day. All of those stories will be collected in hardcover format that you can assemble into this box set that includes copies of Batman One Bad Day, The Riddler, and a new printing of The Killing Joke, with room to add more volumes as they are released. Now, the whole add more volumes as they are released we were talking about last week. I don't know if that means if they're talking about the issues that they've already done as they release the hardcover, which obviously is going in there, or if they are talking about future volumes that are not announced yet that will be room in there. Doesn't look like it to me. It looks like you'll only be able to fit probably another 8 in there, and then there's the Killing Joke.
What is it? So technically, is that the 15th printing? Or the Killing Joke?
The 15th printing. Actually, no. So it would be 7 issues because the Riddler's already in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So it's just probably, and actually it has the logos right here of all of them.
Yeah, last week I saw a couple people suggesting that they want to see other Batman villains too, and they were mentioning
that one guy had a lot of good ones.
Good points.
Yeah.
So shout out to you, bro. Thanks for that, man. Yeah, I like this, man. I like this, and definitely I can see this coming back as a volume 2 with other villains and villains that my man mentioned in the comments. But definitely, man. So far from what I've read, to me, Josh, still the Riddler holds up as my favorite one, man. But we have 2 more issues coming out, right? Is it the Clayface and the Ra's al Ghul? Or
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I've liked all of them. There hasn't been a bad one. The Penguin has been my least favorite, but it's still okay. Again, I've said it before. I think this is going to be looked back at as one of those not very good series, but one that'll stand the test of the time. Kind of like The Long Halloween, where yes, it's iconic, but it's still it's not iconic. You know what I mean?
Got you. I see that.
In terms of value, I mean, it's going to be one of those $100 kind of collections,
Yeah.
Batman Superman World's Finest number 11, second printing. Obviously, this is the Jack White cover that everyone made a big deal about a couple weeks ago.
That shit blew up, right?
I don't understand why. I really don't.
Because it's Jack White. That even then is like, okay, and I mean, does anything happen in this book? I doubt it. So I'm assuming it's just a cover by. It's not a bad looking cover, but it's just like on some do I really need this? You know what I mean? Not really.
Yeah, the second print ain't gonna be the first print. It's not heavily ordered. Now everyone's gonna be onto this. What's the point?
Exactly. This is gonna be overprinted.
Yeah, basically. These are the second prints that you don't pick up.
Exactly. Yep.
Detective Comics 1069, dope covers. I don't know how the story's going. Let us know in the comments. I dropped off reading pretty early.
Yeah. It was a dark, crazy story. It was. Detective Comics. When it was Tamaki writing it was fucking amazing, pretty dope. And then when we had what's this guy writing it now? Ram V. Is it Ram V, right?
Yeah.
Ram, whatever. My bad, guys. He was writing it. Kind of lost me in the first couple of issues I was reading. I was like, I don't know, man, and I just gave up. But yeah, definitely, like Josh said, man, let us know in the comments what you think about Ron V writing Detective.
Like, I like the horror opera covers, like I do, but the story wasn't grabbing me at first. It just wasn't,
Covers are nice though. Even these, I like that Superman type cover. That's pretty cool.
The Riddler Year 1 number 3. Again, I'm not reading this either.
What's my man's name? Paul Dano. Yeah, there you go. Paul Dano.
Paul Dano.
I haven't read first issue. You read first issue?
Nope.
No? I don't know, guys. Let me know, guys, if y'all recommend this to read this. I know this is based off the Robert Pattinson world of Batman.
Which I don't have any...
No interest.
No.
Not no interest. But the Riddler was a pretty good character in that movie, though.
Yeah, but like it's I already know his backstory from the movie. I don't need to
dig more deeper.
Yeah. Which his backstory I think is very weak.
I mean, I guess it's a nice little mini series. I don't know how many issues is going. Is this the last issue, or is it going to issue 5? I don't know.
I think it's going 6.
Oh, it's going to 6. So it's a nice little mini series to read. If you're interested in go dig deeper into that character. Cool.
The Amazing Spider-Man 21.
This is all
that's what I forgot to get. Because it did come out this week, but I forgot to. I actually put it back by accident. Is Dark Web finale? So I can't tell you how Dark Web ends. Thank God it is ending. I don't know what happens to Ben Reilly or to Chasm, or well, he is Chasm, or Janine, who is Hallows Eve, or what Madeline Pryor, who instantly turned good in the last Amazing Spider-Man issue. But this is finally going to tell us, and I don't know if people even care anymore, what happened between Peter and Mary Jane.
Okay.
Which has to do with what happened in this 6-month period where she now has kids, powers, why they're broken up, how she's married to some dude, I think, or dating him. I can't remember, and has 2 kids. There better be a good explanation to all these questions, because you made us wait forever, and not liking where they've taken Mary Jane at all. And these Disney 100 covers, the last one in 100 was actually a good seller for some reason. I mean,
that's the Avengers one, right?
Yeah. Like, I'm just gonna kick myself if these things actually become worth serious money one day, because I have no interest in them. I don't.
You know what it is? You know what it is, Josh? It's just strictly Disney. Disney is it sells, bro. There are a lot of Disney fans, out there.
Yeah.
So I think it will stick around. I don't know what it will go for crazy money. Who knows? But it's a gamble that you got to take.
The other thing is they got to get rid of this whole spider suit. I forget what they call it. The one that Norman made for him with the with the spider glider thing, and stop giving him new suits every couple of issues. Like, just stop.
Yeah. That blue and white one, that shit was horrible. Yeah, no, stop. You're right.
Oh my God, like the social media suit or whatever the hell it was called. Oh my God. This is a dope cover though. Black Panther number 15, the final issue in John Ridley's run. I don't know if that means that the sequence continues or it starts over again, but this is his final issue. And it's being advertised as such, meaning kind of like it will be the last issue, like they will start over again. And I have to say, see, this is the funny thing to me with John Ridley. And he's the writer on I Am Batman, where he'll have a good story going, and then he goes and almost like tries telling a completely different story, and then all of a sudden comes back to it like issues later, the original story that like he was telling. It's almost like he gets another idea and he has to go off on a tangent and then comes back to it. So this is about right now. You've got Jai, who faked his own death and is trying to get T'Challa to. It's kind of like if, in a way, like the first Black Panther movie with Killmonger, how he wanted to rule the world, except Killmonger did not like T'Challa. So it's Jai is kind of doing the same thing, except he's for T'Challa, but T'Challa doesn't want to like basically rule the world, and Jai is going to try to force him to do it, even if that means he has to, whoop his ass. Obviously Tosin in this now, helping the fight. The weird Buffalo Soldier guy, he's going to be helping. The Avengers are involved. I just don't know what the whole thing with the Buffalo Soldier and those weird people from another planet or dimension or whatever they're from. I just don't know what the point of them were in this story.
I like these covers. These covers are cool. Alex Ross, Lashley, pretty cool cover there. And that C cover is pretty cool, decent covers. Yeah, do we have any incentives? This is the last
No.
issue. No, wow.
Not as of right now. I'm not saying maybe they get added or have been added. And
Okay.
we'll talk about Alex Ross in a bit because he'll come up a bunch later.
All right.
Bloodline, Daughter of Blade, #2. We both read this.
Yes, we've read this.
Go ahead, Mike.
A book that I thought that I honestly I didn't think I was gonna like. I thought it was gonna be kind of corny, but I enjoyed it. I read it. No Blade, no Blade. Got
There's
to
Blade at the end.
Yeah, but no Blade in the book. You know what I'm saying? In the main book. I'm happy to get to know this character. I thought this was kind of be like one of those characters that they were just going to introduce and not really know what to do. So far, the first issue, I enjoy, and I like how the fact that the mother was a vampire hunter also. Not to spoil it. Sorry, guys. And what's her name again? This is the Blade's daughter.
Brielle.
There you go. I thought she was pretty cool. Her character, and then the new girl that came into school. She ended up being a vampire hunter also, and it's just pretty cool, man. I could see this more for like young readers, but like I liked it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm not a young reader, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. What about you?
So kind of similar, where overall I liked it, which is kind of surprising.
Yeah.
I have different ideas of where they probably should have gone with this.
Mm-hmm.
And some of those ideas they do kind of touch on. I'm not really down with there's certain writers who, kind of going back to what we were saying before about why there's got to be a lot of weird people in these hobbies. When they write certain things, they write things thinking that they're sounding cool, but it's not how people talk. You know what I mean? And this writer uses baby girl way too much in this book. Way too much. I understand some parents call their daughter baby girl.
Yeah.
They don't call them baby girl every time they address them.
Yeah.
Or like, the corny catch phrases that she'll say, like, what's the one that I was like, ooh, that is fucking cringeworthy. Where she's fighting the vampire in the street with her mother.
While you look for it, I'm real quick. I like it's not gorish, but they did show like killing vampires and stuff. So I did like that. I like that the fact that they kept it dark but not too dark, and basically it's about this girl right here, basically, and they introduced it. They didn't hold back with her being a vampire hunter too, which is pretty cool. That fucking C cover, I'm liking it more and more. I'm looking at it, with Blade in the background. It's pretty cool. So yeah, man, it's a good read. It's a good, decent read, man. It's not a bad read.
Oh, you're dunzo, creeperella. Oof. Anyway, now there are some parts where I feel like in the beginning it's a little bit rushed, but I think that's only because they've kind of, in a way, told her origin before in that Free Comic Book Day book, and then in the crypto.
Yeah, I know. Crypto Shadows.
Yeah. There are some cool ideas in this book for sure. I just don't like kind of the corny lingo, and there's definitely a little bit of wokeness in it. A little bit,
which is okay. I could tolerate
it's not though, because you know what? I'm really tired of the, she's at school and they call her mom and da-da-da, and her mom's like, why they call her parents? Oh, they only call the parents of, me, this and this. And like, without even seeing, oh, it's all the black kid. Okay. All right. Come on. Like, enough.
That didn't bother me. That didn't bother me.
Oh, it's so
It wasn't that serious.
There's no point in it serves no purpose in the story. Zero. None.
I mean, I guess it was trying to prove, and I guess it could.
Yeah, I know what it was trying to prove. You're trying to virtue signal, like enough.
No, I'm saying when it comes to the story, man, they're trying to prove basically that the daughter was getting, changing her ways, and the mother was, noticing that, and the teacher had to bring it out that way, and
which is fine. And And that explains that part well. But then why do we have to go to, they're only going to call the other black kids' parents.
I listen. I ain't take it that way, so it's not that serious for me. You know.
I mean, it's not that. I still like the book, but it's these little things that like you don't need to. And you can see interviews with the person that's writing this. There is no way if you watch interviews with her that was not her intention.
Okay, all right.
So, like, just tell a story and have it be good. I don't care. I don't care what color, gender, sexual. I don't care. Just tell the story. Tell a good story.
All right. It's kick ahead, man. Keep on. Let's move on. Keep telling our story, man.
Fantastic Four number 5. Now I don't know if number 4 came out yet. I don't think it has. Fantastic Four 4. Still have just gone off of like the the one-off stories about. First it was Alicia and Ben, then it was Sue and Reed, then it was Johnny. The Johnny story I really liked. The other two have been okay too. You know, here's the thing that I was thinking about today. I don't want to get a lot of heat for this. I like Alex Ross just as much as the next person. That being said, I think Alex Ross is one of these artists that gets way too much credit. Like way, way too much credit. There's a lot of things, and they're not so much here, but on later things coming up where he tries to put in too much detail, specifically when it comes to reflection, and it kind of draws your eye from what's actually happening, and it makes it look weird. There's one coming up that I'll show you, and it happens a lot. It happened a lot with his Iron Man stuff. It's happened a lot with his Black Panther stuff. It almost makes them look like they're wet. Like he makes them like too shiny looking, and then the reflections are just like crazy.
You know, I know he's doing these villain timeless covers. What they're called? Is it timeless?
Timeless, yep.
Yeah, okay. And I loved Super Skrull. You know, one of the characters I like. I enjoy when it comes to Fantastic Four. Perfect book to put him on. That cover's pretty dope. So far that's one of my favorites. Timely variants that I've seen so far. They just beginning right now. Don't know what's going on with this book. Prefer the color one, not the 1 in 100. Not feeling that. And
I mean, look how bad that looks.
Yeah, well, it goes to show, you know, your shadow and your colors does amazing things, and I can see that working a lot. You know, for some artists, that works a lot for Adam Hughes, and it works a lot for Alex Ross. That A cover don't even look like an Alex Ross cover though, but it is. So, and I see that D cover is pretty cool.
Like I like this right here. That's perfect Alex Ross work. Not too much on reflection, detail is good. Like this is just too much. Like this is a good one. I like this one. Mary Jane and Black Cat number 4.
That is nice. Yep.
This book is wacky, but it's good. I like it. It's just crazy. Yeah, I mean, you just kind of have to go into it with like this series means nothing. It's just stupid girl humor. I've always liked the banter between these two. And I think Jed MacKay really gets Felicia Hardy, like really gets that character. He's been on her 2 series. He did the last, the Mary Jane and Black Cat Beyond. Obviously, he's on the Dark Web one.
Who was it that did the Iron Cat one?
He did.
He did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I enjoyed that one too. All right, cool. That's another one that's pretty good, man. The time is I'm impressed, man. It's pretty good. Donovan is nice too.
Scarlet Witch number 3. Scarlet Witch number 2 came out this week. I'm liking this so far.
Really?
I really am. I told you I liked issue 1. It's Steve Orlando, which I've not been Steve Orlando's biggest fan. I'll tell you that. I've said it before, that Spider-Man 2099 book series that he just did was horrendous. But this is pretty good. I really like this. You know, this issue, Viv Vision is in it. It tells a nice little backstory about what happened in Vision, the Tom King series. And it's kind of, this series in the first 2 issues, it's definitely set up like a serialized show where you have at the beginning and end of every show is the overall bigger picture of what's going on. And then the main guts is the individual show for the week.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of how it is. It's her helping somebody different so far every week. But it always comes back at the end to the overall bigger thing, which has to do right now with the necklace that she got off of the girl from the first issue that she helped, where her magic just bends around this thing. It's the only thing that she's ever seen that she can't overpower or overcome. And so she's trying to figure out what this pendant is. In issue 2, she ends up fighting, what's her name? Dream Queen or something like that, who lives in the dream world. And she ends up, overpowering her because Viv is having synthetic nightmares or dreams about her brother dying, her mother dying, and she's Wanda helps her get rid of those dreams. I like it though. I like the artwork is great.
Good,
Jen
man.
Martell.
I know
Jen Martell or Stephanie Hans?
I think it's Stephanie Hans.
No, it's
not Stephanie Hans.
It's Sarah Pacelli. Yeah.
Again, another Mephisto. I mean, another Alex Ross looked like the Mephisto. Pretty cool. I enjoyed the heroes, and I like the fact that he's doing the villains now. It's pretty cool, man. The concept, so keep it up. I wasn't a big fan with the sketches, man. I'm just not.
Nah, they should have inked them. They really should have. They should have inked them and put a title on them.
Yeah.
Silver Surfer Ghostlight #2. Now, Mike and I, we talked about this a little bit before we got on. I did pre-order this, but I didn't pick it up for some. When I was going through my books for the week, I picked it up. I flipped it open, looked at the art. I'm like, nope, not happening. And then I thought about going to pick it up today so I can read it, but just didn't get around to it. So Mike,
yeah. This is a book you won't like. It's like you said. I got that woke feeling on this book too. So you won't. It's just I don't know, man. You get Silver Surfer at the end. Last panel. It's about kids, moving into a house. They're coming from the city, from Brooklyn or whatever. They're moving upstate to their house. Their uncle died and left them the house, and all this stuff, and mysteriously died, or disappeared or whatever. It looked like he did disappear because this girl was having visions, dreams, and stuff, seeing this person, and it ended up being her uncle, and it's tied up with Silver Surfer somehow. So I'm assuming the uncle was a superhero. I don't know.
Is this Al Harper?
Yes, Al Harper.
I don't even know who that is.
I don't know either. But it's tied up with Silver Surfer at the end.
Okay. So Al Harper is the first. I haven't read barely any Silver Surfer stuff, even though I have the omnibus and one. Al Harper is the first human Silver Surfer allowed onto his surfboard, who later becomes Ghostlight.
Well, there you go. The Silver Surfer Ghostlight. It explains a lot. But this book definitely, first issue, not really feeling it, and I guess they're trying to introduce this character. So, it wasn't a fun read. What was Silver Surfer's last series? I forgot what it was called.
Rebirth.
That wasn't so good either. So,
no.
And it's a damn shame because the Silver Surfer is one of my favorite characters.
Yep.
We don't know. Just give us the old goody cosmic stories. Just that's all you gotta do. That's keep it simple with Silver Surfer.
He kind of gives me the vibe of what's that guy from Mortal Kombat 11? The guy that can fuck with time. Kronos.
Not familiar with the new characters of Mortal Kombat.
Star Wars: The High Republic #6. Okay.
I mean, hey, Star Wars.
Wakanda #4, second print. Now, we did tell you weeks ago to get the first print. That was the first cover. Well, it wasn't the first cover appearance of Tosin, but it was Tosin's first solo story.
Yes.
And he was on the cover. But really, I think people liked it more because it's the first introduction of his girlfriend, Kimmy, or I don't know, who knows how we say it. So now you're going to get her first cover appearance. Again, be careful on this because obviously the word got out. Now it was like a $12 book, I want to say.
This right here.
No. When the first print, when it came out, people were paying $12 for it. I managed to get 6 copies because I, like a good little boy, pre-ordered them because I knew better. With this, I'm going to say pre-order this over something like that World's Finest book, because that World's Finest book is strictly cover only. It's already been done once, so the value on both of them are going to go. This is a completely different cover, and it's the first appearance of a new character, and it'll still probably be underordered. Not as underordered as the first print, but still underordered.
I mean, they both have different, reasons why to collect it. One for the cover. Obviously that's pretty cool to collect too, because you got cover buyers, but first appearances, and this is it right here. So yeah, Josh did talk about the first printing. I think it was a couple of episodes behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
quite a few.
Mm-hmm. What else we got?
X-23 Deadly Regenesis #1. Kind of surprised.
You getting the X-23 book?
Am I gonna get this?
No, I'm just saying, like, you're kind of surprised that we getting the X-23 book.
No. I'm surprised that we're not getting a Delato cover, because I figured, they would throw him on one of these covers.
Yeah, that beat cover is done by AKA. Is that?
Yes.
Okay, I mean, that's a nice cover. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. The other thing that I don't like about this, kind of like Silk, I don't like her the font of her logo. I don't like it. I've never liked it.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I don't even really like that they call her X-23. I wish they would just be called Laura Kinney. And if you guys have not read, and I only read this within the past year, I want to say, if you guys have not read the NYX, the first series, NYX, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Have you read it, Mike?
No, you told me about it. We talked about it. Yeah.
So good. So Assassin or X-Man. The deadly days of X-23, Laura Kinney, a.k.a. X-23, was cloned from Logan and trained by the facility to be a deadly assassin. Even as she tries to put that life behind her, forces will try to drag her back, and she'll fight them tooth and claw. Beset by new enemies as well as old favorites, and set during X-23's days as a member of X-Men and X-Force, when she walked away from the island of Utopia to find where she truly belongs. Mm-hmm. Join us for an all-new story in the fan-favorite saga of Laura Kinney.
I mean, hey. Oh, that's a nice 1 in 50.
It's okay.
I like it. I like the face. I like the drawing. It's pretty good. Pretty cool. 1 in 10. We've seen the fucking design cover. I might. But yeah. What else we got? That's it. That's all we got. But yeah, let's just skim through previews and
So Action, I might read this. This is the second printing. We probably should have talked about this. Put the first printing on. So this is reboot. Oh, this is one of the things that I wanted to mention. Remember how you said you didn't like the blue bar because it looks like
it's the Rebirth.
It also kind of looks like Future State. I think it looks more like Future State's bar.
I just say Rebirth because the Rebirth is blue. That's why it reminds me of that Pops. But yeah, man, I agree with you. I think I'm gonna read. I'm due for a nice Superman story. So I think I'm gonna read this to see what's up. How we gonna
People were swearing by the last few issues of Action, like the whole stuff with Mongol, and yeah, I mean, I know that whole Mongol arc I think was very good, or at least I've heard from multiple people. But you've got the return of Power Girl in one of these stories, and this is the second printing of 1051. And this issue marks the appearance of new characters, new costumes, and a new era of Action Comics. And I think they need to start doing stuff like this. Guys, you don't need to start reissuing renumbering everything starting with a 1. You could still do the old thing and put first, super, like people still see a 1 on there and they'll get the idea. You know what I mean?
I agree. What else we got?
We've got Batman Fear State saga. Okay.
I thought
Fear State was a little underwhelming. You know, this is something I think on all the time when it comes to Donnie Cates and James Tynion. Cates with Venom and at least the first 6 issues of Thor, and then James with Batman.
Mm-hmm.
How are these series going? How are their runs on those titles going to be looked at in 30 years? Will they be books that people go after? AKA the McFarlane Spider-Man books, the I don't know.
What, Jim Lee?
Jim,
books?
yeah, exactly. You know,
Yeah,
the Claremont X-Men shit, you know,
I can see that happening. I can see that happening with those books. Why not?
Maybe. Hope so.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cool Blue Beetle cover.
Yeah, it is cool.
I'm
I'm kind of happy they're going forward with the Blue Beetle character in the movies.
Yeah.
Introducing these young characters, pretty cool. What else we got here, man? Sergeant Rock, DC, what?
Ruby.
Okay. This okay.
That's not. This is stupid.
Yeah, I mean it sounds stupid. But all right.
What else?
The Gimmick #1. Okay. It sounds like a wrestling book, right? Is it a wrestling book?
1 Minute War.
Okay, so I'm assuming this battle's happening in flash speed, right?
Oh yeah, this is 790, 791, and 792.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Go back. That Gimmick. Let me see. What is this about? It is about wrestling, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. I know I wasn't bugging. All right, I'm good. Skip it.
The Great Gatsby hardcover. Mike, have you ever read The Great Gatsby?
I didn't even see the movie, bro.
You never read the book?
No.
Oh my god. Neither have I.
Well, there you go.
Harley Quinn. This is going to be the end of the multiverse Harley shit with the Harley who laughs. Also, anyone in the comments reading this, let me know how Harley. Stephanie Phillips writing this. Oh, an error that I made last week when I did say I wasn't sure if Stephanie Phillips had done anything on Marvel, and then later in the thing I said when talking about one of her books, I'm like, oh, so she has done things for DC. That was a mistake. Obviously, I knew she did things for DC. I just for some reason got confused in my mind. The Marvel shit, I was wondering if she had done anything for. So that was just kind of a slip of the tongue.
Yeah, the perfectionist.
This Jenny Frison cover, she's already done it before. She's already done this cover before, except her hands weren't on her face.
So what? No. Let it rock, man. So what? Let me see. What's the other one? Who did it? Ben Oliver. I like that Ben Oliver cover. I really like that cover. Pretty cool. All right, what else we got?
This Justice Society of America. First of all, this is a dope ass fucking cover, kind of reminiscent of the
this is a dope cover.
The old Justice League. I actually have it right over there.
It looks like an Alex Ross cover for some reason to me.
But I read the first issue of it, and I can't really remember it that well. But I really liked it, and I can't remember why I didn't go back to it.
No, but cool cover. What else? Kill Chilla. Okay.
Punchline. I dropped off of this. This is this just whatever.
Okay. PP poo poo. The fuck?
Yeah.
PP poo poo one shot. Alright. I'm sure it's a one shot. That's a nice cover. Nice punchline cover.
Yeah, I mean the punchline covers usually are nice. It's just the story that isn't that great. Again, let me know how this is. The last I think I went up to issue 2 or 3.
That's a nice cover too. That Crystal King.
This one, Acuna.
That's nice. Yeah.
Oh, the Crystal Kung. Yeah, what is she? What, she's a rock star now?
Yeah, don't know, but pretty nice. All right, what else we got? Red Zone #1 of 4. Shazam. It's a hardcover. Are we still doing the Sandman?
Yeah, this is a different one though.
Yeah, that's a Dead Boy.
But Tinian's doing it. Oh no, I'm sorry. No, this isn't the one. There was one from last week that he was doing that was a different one.
What else we got? We got Rob.
The last Tim Drake. Is this the last one, or is this an ongoing?
Okay.
Lordy.
Stay woke, people. Stay woke.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, what else we got here? Is that yeah? That's a David Mack cover. Yep, looks like it. That look like a crazy ass cover. That West of Sundown shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
how's this going? I started this. Remember, I read the first 3
I think
issues.
somebody commented on the comments a while back when you asked about it, and they said, it was
Oh,
pretty
really?
good. Yeah,
Hmm.
I like that cover though. It's pretty crazy. Nice horror cover. All right, what we got here? We doing image.
King Spawn got a nice blank sketch.
Ooh, send it to the Art Kemist.
Mm.
Get you a nice drawing there. Well, send it to me. I do a nice drawing for you.
Spawn Origins hardcover volume 12. Collects 139 through 151. $40 for 11 issues? No, sir. 12 issues?
Eh.
Well, I guess I paid fucking.
Yeah, you paid whatever for the.
Well, I paid
bucks?
cost. I paid 50 for 25, but it's really 100 for 25. But those things are. But they have more than they have extra artwork and other shit in them. Walking Dead Deluxe 58. I'm so glad that I'm still sticking with Walking Dead. Walking Dead is just I don't know, is the blueprint for how you write a fucking comic book in my mind. Every single one of them, even if it's not a lot of action or anything going on, it's compelling from cover to cover.
Blueprint though.
The blueprint for how you
Not
write
the Jay-Z album, guys. Not the Jay-Z album. I'm just saying, not the Jay-Z album, guys.
Yeah, no, not the Jay-Z album. Not 1, 2, or 3.
Wonder was my favorite though. The Gift and the Curse is okay too though. All right, so what we got here?
Enjoy what is this? Oh, The Legend of Zelda, the worst game ever. Breath of the Wild.
Worst game ever.
You want to talk about? I don't even have time to get into. Look, I love The Legend of Zelda,
but it can't be the worst game ever because it's way
no. It's not the worst game ever. It's the worst Zelda game though.
Okay, I'll give you that. But even then, I'm pretty sure I'm not a Zelda guy. I'm pretty sure Zelda people will tell you, nah, what about this one?
I understand that. I'm in the complete minority about that. I get that. I do not understand why that game gets the amount of love it gets. I do not understand. And I'm going to go off on a tangent now here real quick.
All right, go ahead.
One, look, is it cool how you can run around an open world? It is cool, yes. Is it cool you can climb everything? Yes, it is. That game's systems are so broken, it's not even funny. The weapon degradation in that game is unbelievably bad. I don't mind weapons breaking, but you literally go in and out of the menu every couple of seconds. You can't get through maybe 2 battles before your weapon is broken. A lot of times it's 1. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. And the other thing that I have a problem with, don't really like how they're kind of bringing like stuff that doesn't go into like what I see as a Zelda world, specifically a tablet or even worse, a motorcycle. No story in this last Zelda game, no dungeons. And I don't even want to hear those, well, the dungeons were all the fucking whatever little temple thing. No, they weren't. No special weapons, really. No hook shot. No, like Zelda is a game where you have to get into certain areas by collecting certain things. And the whole excuse of, well, the story in the game is you create your own story. No, that's lazy. That's laziness. I'm hoping with what's the next one called, Mike?
What? The Zelda game?
Tears of the Kingdom. I'm hoping they rectify a lot of those problems. Anyway, rant over. Here's another Alex Ross.
The Ultron.
Yeah, that's the 1 in 100. They're not. Oh, see, this is what I mean. Too much reflection. What is going on in his face?
I mean, Ultron, is shiny. Yeah, I see what you're saying though, because the Silver Surfer when he did last time.
Yeah.
And even that, yeah. I see what you're saying. What's this here? We saw that already. Fantastic Four. Okay. Those Marvel masterpieces are pretty cool to have. Predators.
New Mutants.
New Mutants. Lethal Legion. Number 1 of 5. That's a Greg Land cover too at that.
Yep. Nightcrawlers.
Right.
Predator. This looks like a Baron's cover, and it is.
Yeah, it's nice though. Really nice. Boom, boom, boom. With
Bounty
this Star
Hunter.
Wars. Yeah, that's still going on.
Santa Staros. I always say Stanosaurus.
Sinistaros. What else we got? We got the
Oh,
X-Men.
and
The
then
Phoenix.
this is the one that I probably
Art
like the
Kemist.
best so far.
That is nice.
The Dark Phoenix.
That shit is nice. Yeah, I just like the timeless variants, man. It's pretty cool. I invested in the heroes. I'm not gonna do it again with the villains, man. But it's good to pick up. Really nice. Um, Dynamite. You already know Darkwind Duck. The facsimiles. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Elvira. Okay. Okay.
Lord
Okay.
of the Jungle.
Oh, Red Sonia. Osanja.
I
Yeah, he says.
swear, I thought originally that Tales from Nottingham Volume 2, which Volume 1 did come out this week. I
How
thought
was it?
so. I'm only a couple pages in. I like it so far. This is going to be the only one, to my knowledge, that is by Hazan and Volk. Now, it's kind of cool because from what I've read so far, it talks about the king who gets assassinated before he becomes king, and I want to say it's Richard the Lionheart's father.
Yeah.
But then it starts talking about the assassins that killed him, and I'm pretty sure I can't remember the name of the black girl that was an assassin in the main book, but I'm pretty sure that's her. I think. But it starts telling about it's eerily reminiscent of the first Assassin's Creed game.
Hmm.
The whole shit with where they're at Masyaf and Al Mualim and shit like that. He's actually mentioned in here. I'm
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
necessarily saying that's the same guy because that means mentor in Arabic, but very, very reminiscent of Assassin's Creed, which I absolutely love. It looks like
I like the fact that the Tales of Nottingham are one shots, and with the writer doing one issue, different writers doing different issues. That's pretty cool. It goes different.
maybe.
It's like one shot of Hazan, then you get the next one. You see a different writer doing it. Give it a chance to other writers. See how.
Okay, maybe, but I don't know if I'm cool with a different artist. Shane Connery Volk's
His art
art,
is fucking perfect for Nottingham.
perfect.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah. All this little hentai anime, whatever stuff. All right. What else?
It's been months since I've pulled an indie book really out of here, with the exception of like Nottingham.
Yeah. Was that? It's been that long.
Yeah.
Well, besides that Sundown, that West of Sundown, that's about it. Um, that's it, man. Get that Chucky. All right.
Oh, there's a warrant out for Joe Mixon's arrest. Not good, buddy. Not good.
Well,
Aggravated menacing. Something about accused of pointing a gun at a woman while issuing a threat. Dude, you've already gotten. He's lucky that he got drafted. Remember, he beat that woman right before the draft. Oh, dude,
let's
what are you thinking, man?
let's wrap
No.
this up.
All right, let's wrap it up, Mike.
Yeah, let's go, guys. Yeah, I already know, guys, man. Hit up again, CBSI, comicbookinvest.com. Check out all the articles there, guys. You already know, man. And, just keep on staying tuned every Friday, guys, here with, the FOC, Friday FOC, with us, East Meets West. And make sure you like, subscribe, all that stuff if you're new to the channel. I keep saying I wanted to do another show, all that shit. I did hit you up, though. And I did say I wanted to go live to talk about DC views. Our views on the DC thing with James Gunn or whatever. And we kind of talked a little bit about it backstage, and it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Could have been a show. Just put it that way.
Yeah, could have been, should have been.
Should have been, but we wasted it. All fair. Yeah. Other than that, guys, you already know, man. I mentioned before, every Friday, Warriors auction, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you sub up to that channel too, guys. I'll be there selling books. And what else do I have? Anything coming up? You have anything coming up? No, you don't. So I guess we'll wrap it up, guys. I'll see y'all next week and enjoy your weekend.
If you want to see me do a Magic the Gathering channel, let me know because I'm thinking about doing.
If you want to see me do a magic trick, let me know.
A what?
A magic trick. Let me know.
A magic trick.
Yeah, I'll make this guy disappear. You know?
Bravo.
Anyway, guys, yo, have a good weekend, yo. Later.